for this thing. All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking gender apart. Follow you.
More like tax crime bill. So for those of you who don't know, the Senate just passed a bill called the Inflation Reduction Act. Now if you know like I know, anytime they name some shit like the Inflation Reduction Act, 9 times out of 10 it's going to do the exact opposite. Now I'm not going to go in depth on this. You can head over to Hotep Jesus' channel where he's going to do a well thought out, well explained presentation on this shit. But I will touch on a few things above. For example, apparently they think the way that you get out of inflation is spending more money. Case in point, they're giving $272 million to Native American organizations for quote-unquote green energy. Also, they're giving a $4,000 tax credit for any used electric car purchase. Now, there's one caveat to that. The lithium couldn't have been mined in China. Now, it gets you to think like, well, since we ain't doing any mining here, where's that lithium going to come from? I mean, I don't know, maybe. But now here's the kicker. Here's the big deal right here. Here's that 800-pound gorilla in this bill. They're hiring 87,000 new IRS agents. They said that these IRS agents are going to help them enforce tax law on the wealthy. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think there's that many wealthy people in America. Not anything that warrants 87,000 new IRS agents. Which tells me that they're not going after the wealthy. They're going to be going after the people. See, this is what they call a Hegelian dialectic. They create the problem, then they create the solution to the problem that they created. Now, also in this bill, they're giving the illusion that they're reducing the price on prescription drugs by allowing Medicaid to negotiate the price. Now, that's all well and good. Except for Donnie T already did that in 2020. See, what happened was when Joe Nichols got in office, he killed that. Now it's an election year. Now they need a win, so they're going to reinstate it. Again, they create the problem, then they create the solution to the problem that they create. And as far as this inflation thing, how about stop printing money? Stop spending so much money. Start drilling and fracking here to reduce the cost of oil and natural gas. Maybe that'll help some of this inflation. See, people, the minute they start going after these small businesses, you know, these are the people that make more than $500,000 a year, and they start taxing them more, they're going to pass that on to you.
The people.
Like I always say, guys, keep your head on the swivel and watch out for the hook, because they love telegraphing them punches. Also, if you like this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this video. Let people know that we're doing good work over here. Anyway, it's Canon Hotep saying, stay safe, stay well, stay strapped.
Especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to a Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Thursday. Happy Hotep Thursday. Welcome to the after party. I'm Canon Hotep. Give yourselves a round of applause, because you could be anywhere right now, but you're hanging out with me, and I really do appreciate it. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream, guys, so people know we live. You catching the replay? Leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. Want to donate to the channel? Please donate to the channel, goddammit. $ Canon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chat, Rumble Rants. Always welcome. Gifted subs over on Kick. Always welcome, guys. For a cup of coffee a month, you can help support your homeboy over here, Canon Hotep. Every little bit goes back into the channel. You might be wondering where I've been at for a whole week. Well, I was in YouTube purgatory, YouTube jail. They suspended me for medical misinformation because I was talking about the dreaded abortion, a narrative that Kamala Harris was trying to spin up at the DNC. So apparently YouTube got me out the paint for that. And they've been getting a lot of my videos out of the paint. Every time I turn around, my YouTube studio ringing saying they done demonetized the video for something. They told you guys it was coming for us. They coming for us, guys. The closer we get to election day, they going to start trying to pull this bullshit. But I digress. Like I said, the fight is over here on YouTube, so I'm going to keep putting it out there until they fucking get me out of the paint, because people gotta know Rumble's an echo chamber. You know what I mean? X is sometimes an echo chamber. You know what I mean? Everybody watches YouTube, so if we're gonna get that information, that word out, we gotta do what we gotta do. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got my weekly sit down. I got that weekly sit down. You know how they do. Anyway, let's get to it, y'all. So Kamala had a quote unquote interview today. It was pre-recorded, so we already know the fix is in, the fuckery is in. Right? Do I prefer Kick? I do like Kick. Kick's easy to set up. It's really easy to set up. I'm still learning how to navigate it, how to do certain stuff, but it's pretty dope. I don't really understand the audience over here just yet, or where they lean and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Definitely ain't Twitch though. We'll put it like that. But Kick also doesn't take 30% of our revenue. So you know what? Gotta do that. So you know what I mean? The hood need me, yo. You right, the hood need me, yo. We out here. So check it, right? We're gonna jump right in. Your girl Kamala and her fucking help bot. I don't know what the fuck you call him. What's his name? Tim Walz. Look, a goddamn help bot. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Not like I'm getting monetized anyway by fucking YouTube. Anyway, they had an interview with CNN with Dana Bash. Now, like I said, the shit was a softball interview. It made it seem like they were pushing back, but they wasn't really pushing on her. You know what I mean? They wasn't really pushing back with some of her answers. They would ask a question that seemed like a hardball question and just accept her answer for what it was. There was no pushback. Guess the fuck we gonna do? We gonna push back. So this is part one. So we're gonna go over part one because part two ain't out yet, which I don't understand how part two ain't out on CNN's channel when you guys pre-recorded this shit. I'm just saying. But you know, I digress. So without further ado, let's get into this nonsense. Hold on, I gotta do something first. Just so I make sure I got it. Oh, actually, no, we good. We good.
Madam Vice President, Governor Walz, thank you so much for sitting down with me and bringing the bus. Bus tour is well underway here in Georgia. You have less time to make your case to voters than any candidate in modern American history. The voters are really eager to hear what your plans are. If you are elected, what would you do on day one in the White House?
Well, there are a number of things. I will tell you, first and foremost, one of my highest priorities is to do what we can to support and strengthen the middle class. When I look at the aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people, I think that people are ready for a new way forward, in a way that generations of Americans have been fueled by hope and by optimism. I think, sadly, in the last decade, we have had in the former president someone who has really been pushing an agenda and an environment that is about diminishing the character and the strength of who we are as Americans, really dividing our nation, and I think people are ready to turn the page on that.
So what would you do day one?
Day one, it's going to be about, one, implementing my plan for what I call an opportunity economy. I've already laid out a number of proposals in that regard, which include what we're going to do to bring down the cost of everyday goods, what we're going to do to invest in America's small businesses, what we're going to do to invest in families, for example, extending the child tax credit to $6,000 for families for the first year of their child's life to help them buy a car seat, to help them buy baby clothes, a crib. There's the work that we're going to do that is about investing in the American family around affordable housing, a big issue in our country right now. So there are a number of things on day one.
What about you?
Okay. Let's unpack that. Make no mistake, guys. Donald Trump didn't destroy the middle class. If anything, the middle class was thriving under Donald Trump. People had more money in their pocket. His tax plan helped 91%. I'm going to say it again, 91% of the lower middle class. People could afford the gas pump. They could afford the grocery store. They could afford vacations. People wasn't living paycheck to paycheck or oh shit to oh shit like Homeboy said in the spaces. The middle class was thriving, and the middle class was on their way to being upper middle class in some cases. Trump eliminated the red tape that was there for small businesses to get started. Right? Trump did that. Now let's contrast that with what the Biden-Harris administration did. As soon as they got in office, they reversed a lot of Trump policies. Okay, one we'll get to in a second. But it's the prescription drugs. That wasn't the Biden-Harris administration. That was the Donald Trump administration. He did it by executive order in 2020. I'll show you the receipts in a minute. Okay. They gave people their child tax credit to them throughout the year, but what they didn't tell people is that they were going to fucking tax them on the money that they gave them. They didn't tell people that they were going to tax them on the child tax credit that they was given to them throughout the year, because it was income. It was taxable income. That screwed a lot of people. Spending all this money in the Ukraine. All of that money for that war over there. Alan Greenspan said it the best. Alan Greenspan said it the best. You can print as much money as you want, but after a while, you cannot control how much that money is worth. And we're seeing that right now. Food prices are up 20%. And I argue to say it's a lot higher than that. But according to the polls, 20%. And it's looking like the real inflation rate is around 8%, not the 3% that they're touting. 8% when you really calculate it the right way. So make no mistake about it. And not to mention, let's not forget about the Cove base now. Let's not forget about the Yamin. Let's not forget about that. That shit they fucking hurdled on us. How many people you know lost their jobs during that area? How many people you know lost their jobs because the Biden-Harris administration, who've been lying about the unemployment numbers, made it mandatory to get the Yamin or else? I know a man who had to sell his house here. Beautiful house on the water. Had to sell his house here because he refused to take the Yamin. He had to move to North Carolina where he could get a job without being hassled to take the Yamin. How many blue-collar workers didn't take that Yamin and lost their jobs? How many blue-collar workers took the Yamin and are no longer with us? I know a few. The Biden-Harris administration decimated the middle class. There's almost no middle class left, if there is any middle class left. I consider me and my wife upper middle class, and we're fucking, it's hard. It's hard. So they out the blocks just lying blatantly, but they want to lay it at the feet of Donnie T. Anyway, let's keep on moving. Let's keep it going. Oh, I'm sorry. And don't forget about the 87,000 fucking IRS agents they hired. They're not going after rich people. They're going after your black asses. And your poor white asses. Has anybody noticed, right? Because I've been hearing it from people. They like, yo, Cash App is cracking down, right? If you get a bunch of shit going to your Cash App and it equals a certain amount, Cash App call it fraud and then they fucking shut your shit down. You know what that's from? Remember when Nickel Slick was saying that they want anything over $600 going to like those Cash App services to be counted as for taxes? Remember that? That's why. My son plays football. They get their little things like, oh, we need socks, we need this and that. Team mom was like, all right, cool, just Cash App it to him. Cash App fucking shut down. Because all the parents were sending the money to her so she could get the shit for the kids. It's an easy way to do it. Don't nobody carry cash no more. Shit is wild. But this is who these NPCs, these fucking paper on the wall Negroes who think they know better than everybody, these young dumbasses want to vote for. And I want y'all to listen to how she phrases these questions to them. She's phrasing the questions to them as if they're in office right now. She's phrasing the question to them as if they're in office right now and they're just fresh on the scene. Like I told y'all before, you can hear it. Exactly. Protocol said I still make it rain. Oh man, this shit is wild. I'm gonna be down there soon, yo. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Well, I'm excited about this agenda, too. As I said, the idea of inspiring America to what can be. And I think many of these things that the vice president's proposing are things that we share in values. And the child tax credit is one we know that reduces childhood poverty by 1/3. We did it.
JD Vance comes out and said him and Trump want to put a child tax credit at $5,000 versus the $3,000 I think it is now. Is it $3,000 now? They want to put it at $5,000. So then the fucking day, the next day, here come Kamala Harris and her campaign. We want to make a child tax credit for $6,000. Like a class president promising fucking chocolate milk at every water fountain. Oh yeah, we'll make it $6,000. Walz does look like McCain and fucking Cheney. That's Cheney McCain. We're gonna call it. That's Tim Walz's new name. His new name is Cheney McCain. Cheney McCain. That's his new name. Oh my gosh, yo. This shit is wild. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Minnesota to have a federal partner in this, unbelievable, I think, in the impact that we can make.
You talked about, you call it the opportunity economy. You are well aware that right now many Americans are struggling. There's a crisis of affordability. Yeah. One of your campaign themes is we're not going back. But I wonder what you say to voters who do want to go back when it comes to the economy specifically, because their groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Well, let's start with the fact that when Joe Biden and I came in office, during the height of a pandemic, we saw over 10 million jobs were lost. People, I mean, literally, we were all tracking the numbers. Hundreds of people a day were dying because of COVID. The economy had crashed. In large part, all of that because of...
This is the funny part, is that if you compare Donald Trump's economy during COVID, during the height of COVID, even before he left office, the economy recovered. Jobs were coming back. Jobs were still, people still had their jobs. They wasn't fucking fired for not taking the yamin. Jobs was coming back. Came back. Compared to the Biden-Harris economy, Trump still won. He still won. The economy ain't started to fucking go into the tank until they took office. Trump's inflation numbers was still astronomically low. Astoundingly low considering the fucking Hail Mary, the fucking grenade that they threw at the Cove base. And he still managed to keep the economy on. Even when Donnie T was in office, gas, even during Cove base, was still around $2 and some change. Grocery store was still affordable. Couldn't find no toilet paper, but it was fucking still affordable. None of this shit happened until these niggas took office. This shit is wild, yo. A boy asked a lady that today what she didn't want to go back to. Cheap gas, cheap groceries, owning a house. Exactly. A homie walking past busts out laughing at her response. The Fed knows what the real inflation rate is. That's why they've been holding off lowering interest rates. What up, Mike? I'm seeing people that's giving the real interest rate is like close to 8%. Now, when it comes to food and stuff like that, it's around 20%. Anyway, let's keep moving. We got Cash Cam in the building. I make almost 30% more than I made under Trump, but not nearly comfortable. It's comfortable. My overhead went from like $3,500 to $6K a month. Yes. Exactly. Motherfuckers making more money and fucking broke.
Of mismanagement by Donald Trump of that crisis.
I'm sorry, y'all can say what y'all want. I think Donald Trump did a fucking fantastic job managing the Cove base. I think he did a fantastic job in leaving it to the states for the most part on how they would proceed with it. I think the problem came in where you had, Congress, and you had Fauci, you had all these people trying to overrule him. I think that's where the problem came in. I think that if Donnie T would have won the election, lockdowns would have been over the minute, he won. Because let's make no mistake about this, all right? The lockdowns was only so that they could steal 2020. I want y'all to understand that. The people that's new here and the people that's just aloof, the lockdowns was only around so they could steal 2020. They needed to justify the fucking penny savers, the mail-ins. Can't justify them if everybody's back to work and everything's fucking hunky-dory and back to normal, can you? No. So you had to string out the whole 2 days to fucking slow the spread shit in order for you to get your penny savers off. Because again, what happened? Donnie T was whooping his ass, and then at 4 a.m, they was like, we'll be right back after these messages. You know what I mean? We'll be right back after these messages. And what else? Now it was by some mysterious luck. He's Joe Nicholslick is up in the polls. The shit was like I said, they pulled a grenade and they threw that bitch, and that's what happened.
When we came in, our highest priority was to do what we could to rescue America. And today, we know that we have inflation at under 3%. A lot of our policies have led to the reality that America recovered faster than any wealthy nation around the world.
America was on its way to recovering under Donnie T before the election. And these two get in office and proceed to just fuck shit up. So let's look at this from Market Watch. True inflation may have peaked in late 2022 at 18% and still hovers around 8%. That was in March of this year. If CPI were measured correctly, it would be evident that American consumers are hurting. Not to mention food, 20% increase. And I think that's lowballing. Housing, 20% increase. Interest rates, 6.6% as opposed to 2.89% under Donnie T. You telling me that the economy was on the uptrend when you guys got in office? Because you guys got in office? No. The economy's on the uptrend because Donnie T knew what the fuck he was doing. And when y'all got in office, y'all tanked it. Don't forget what I said, guys. In order to have a great reset, you got to crash the system. And that's what they were on their way to doing. 8% is definitely a limited hangout percentage. 100%. I think it's more realistically 18%, like they saying right here. I think it still hovers around 18 to 20%. I know, right? I sound like Liz? I just got a good fucking memory. I I gotta call it how it is. I don't even know who Liz is. Who's Liz? You talking about the girl y'all was talking about, Texas Liz or Liz Texas? What's her name? Let's get back to it.
But you are right. Prices, in particular for groceries, are still too high. The American people know it, I know it. Which is why my agenda includes what we need to do to bring down the price of groceries. For example, dealing with an issue like price gouging. What we need to do to extend the child tax credit to help young families be able to take care of their children in their most formative years. What we need to do to bring down the cost of housing. My proposal includes what would be a tax credit of $25,000 for first-time home buyers, so they can just have enough to put a down payment on a home, which is part of the American dream and their aspiration, but do it in a way that allows them to actually get on the path to achieving that goal and that dream.
So you have been by.
So, first off, in this economy, right? Where a house that might have been worth $250 is now fucking $500,000. Interest rate is 6.6%. What is 25% down going to help you do? What is 25% down going to help you do? Buy what? A fucking mini house from Home Depot? I want y'all to understand something. In order for you to have a decent mortgage on a decent house, you got to put down almost $100,000 or somewhere damn close to it. Think about that. At 6%, and $400,000 for a house on average. The fuck is 25% down going to do? Thing is, the damage is done when it comes to the housing prices, because you can't lower the cost of the house because now you got people upside down. What happens to the equity in the house? Can't do that. You can lower the interest rate, but guess what? My house still gonna be worth $430,000. And you know how all this shit fucking happened? Inflation. It ain't price gouging. It costs to get this shit distributed to the stores. It ain't price gouging. Oh, it's price gouging. It's not price gouging. It costs for them truck drivers to drive that shit to the fucking grocery store. It costs for them truck drivers to go to them fucking gas stations. I talked to one of my homeboys. He said it cost him $1,300 to fill up both his tanks on his trailer, on his tractor. $1,300. And guess what's got to happen? That cost got to get passed on to the consumer. For the city to talk about, oh, it's price gouging, we got to make the manufacturers and stuff come down on their prices. No, they got to go up on their prices because the cost of doing fucking business. Everything's through the fucking roof. So they got to adjust the cost for all of this fucking shit, produce and meats and shit like that. They got to gas. They got to adjust for the inflation. It's not price gouging, but she wants you to think it's price gouging. She think the way to fix price gouging is price control. You know what price control going to do? Price control is going to cause a fucking food shortage, a fuel shortage, all that shit. Because it'll be less manufacturers and stuff producing it. Matter of got a point. Manufacturing makes worse products too, because yeah, they trying to cut corners because they can't afford to fucking do it. They still trying to hold the bottom line. Loki said if it costs me $200 to get my groceries for the week, it'll cost you more to fix your ride. This shit is crazy to me. This shit is wild to me. Economic sanctions is a part of the energy war. Also, increasing fuel prices adding to the inflation. Yeah. Increasing fuel prices because they shut down the XL and Keystone pipeline. Then Biden got on his knees and opened his mouth real wide to stuff himself a nice Saudi Arabian hog in his mouth, pause, for them to start producing oil for us when we was doing it ourselves. They did everything in their power to crash the United States. They did everything in their power to make us beholden to other governments in other countries when we were just fine relying on ourselves. Again, they create the problem and then they create the solution to the problem that they created. I used to work in a nacho cheese factory, and during Obama, let's just say, ain't no more cheese in Taco Bell's nacho cheese. Golly mighty, right? Because they got to find other ways to do it. They got to find other ways to do that. Because, again, during inflation, especially during Obama's recession, shit was expensive. Exactly. Emptied the strategic petroleum reserve, and they was giving it to other nations. Blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, sanctioned Russia oil in the market. Saudi said, we're not drilling. Yeah, remember all of that shit? That's why I said he got on his knees and he started trying to suck that hog. Pause. Saudi Arabia said, no, we not fulfilling your barrel order. Bruh, let's keep going.
On the path to achieving that goal and that dream.
So you have been vice president for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
The steps that you're talking about now, why haven't you done them already?
Well, first of all, we had to recover as an economy, and we have done that. I'm very proud of the work that we have done that has brought inflation down to less than 3%.
We just debunked that. At minimum, inflation is still hovering around 8%. At minimum. And I think that number's too low. Exactly. The real cause is still us printing fucking money, like I just said earlier. Alan Greenspan said it best. You can print as much money as you want, but after a while, you're not going to be able to control how much that money is worth. That's a fact. But again, that's where inflation is. We had the economy had to recover. The economy still ain't recovered. You lied about the employment numbers. We created 16 million jobs. Meanwhile, it was really more 800,000 jobs. Didn't account for the deficit that you created as far as jobs were concerned. Still printing money. Food still astronomical. Gas still astronomical. Interest rates are still astronomical. How did the economy recover, Kamala? It hasn't.
Work that we have done to cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors. That we have done to cap the cost of insulin as an economy, and we have done that. I'm very proud of the work that we have done that has brought inflation down to less than 3%. The work that we have done to cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors. Donald Trump said...
Let's put the brakes on right there. Cap the cost of insulin at 3%, right? That what she said? Cap the cost of insulin at 3%. They capped the cost of insulin at 3%. The work that they put in to cap the cost of insulin at 3%. Let's check this shit out. And I showed you guys this shit before. If you know, you're no stranger to my channel here. Exactly. EP Ben told you. Check this out. This is from Reuters. Again, left-leaning publication, not Fox News, nobody like that. July 24th, 2020. Trump signs order to lower prescription drug prices. That includes capping it at $2,000. That include letting Medicare negotiate the prices. Trump did that. Healthcare. This is from fucking whitehouse.gov. Congress didn't act on prescription drug prices, so President Trump did. July 27th, 2020, when he signed the executive order. And then February 1st, 2021, Biden freeze hits 2 Trump drug price rules. The 2 main rules that they just told you about, that she said that she's touting. The minute Biden got in office, the minute he ain't even fucking, the seat's still warm from Donald Trump ass. He goes in there and with the stroke of a pen reverses the insulin prices and reverses the XL and Keystone pipeline. Those are 2 things that he did as soon as he got in office. He ain't pass go. He ain't collect $200. That's what he did. You can't make this shit up, yo. This shit is wild. But she's running around here touting this shit. There you go, right here again. Let's go back. See that date? For anybody new to the channel, screenshot it. Show it to your friends. Right. They endorsed him and they got shocked when they got fucked over. Oh boy, oh boy. You see that shit? Goodness gracious, great God Almighty. What's that again? What's that date? What? July 27, 2020. And you can go to whitehouse.gov and look at the transcript of what he said. It's exactly word for word what Kamala Harris is saying that they worked hard to do. How interesting is that, huh? Boy, and then February 1st, damn it. Look at that. Monday, February 1st, 2021, Biden freeze hits 2 Trump drug price rules. The very rules that was the whole point of doing the whole thing, to bring down the prescription drugs. You're right, money isn't real. Money's imaginary. Bill Cooper told us that. They took our physical gold and gave us fucking IOUs is what they did. They took our physical gold and gave us the IOUs. Thanks, JR Bell. Executive order 14009 is when Biden reversed what Trump did. Shit is crazy. Let's get back to what she's talking about.
Said he was going to do a number of things, including allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices. Never happened. We did it. So now
I just showed you the receipts. Oh, it never happened. They did it. And we know she ain't opposed to lying. She been to the border, and then Lester Holt said, but we've been to the border. You haven't been to the border. I haven't been to Europe.
Now, as I travel in the state of Georgia and around our country, the number of seniors that have benefited. I was in Nevada recently, a grandmother who showed me her receipts. And before we capped the cost of insulin for seniors at $35 a month, she was paying hundreds of dollars, up to thousands of dollars a month for her insulin. She's not doing that anymore.
You maintain Bidenomics
lying her ass off
is a success.
I maintain that when we do the work of bringing down prescription medication for the American people, including capping the cost of the annual cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000, when we do what we did in the first year of being in office to extend the child tax credit so that we cut child poverty in America by over 50%, when we do what we have done to invest in the American people and bringing manufacturing back to the United States so that we created over 800,000 new manufacturing jobs, bringing business back to America, what we have done to improve the supply chain so we're not relying on foreign governments to supply American families with their basic needs, I'll say that that's good work. There's more to do, but that's good work.
I want to get some clarity on where you stand on some key policy issues. Energy is a big one. When you were in Congress, you supported the Green New Deal. And in 2019, you said, quote, "There is no question I'm in favor of banning fracking." Fracking, as you know, is a pretty big issue, particularly in your must-win state of Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020, that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
Is that right? Is that right?
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yes, and there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yes, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point,
right?
And you know, we have to just acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the impact on the health and safety of communities. Yeah. So thank you. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. In 2020, that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking. No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020, that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
Sounds like somebody's flip-flopping.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Somebody's flip-flopping. But you know what she got to do, right?
Yeah. Keep the lie alive! Keep the lie alive! Keep the lie alive!
Keep the lie alive. So, Trump didn't make the executive order lowering the cost of prescription drugs. Oh, they did it all by themselves. He never did that. Lie. Oh, she wasn't in favor of banning fracking. Lie. Inflation is at 3%. Lie. The economy's recovered and we have 16 million. Lie. Lies, 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 lies. The bitch says she fine, but she act ratchet.
in 2019, I believe, in a town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in that campaign.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
Don't believe your lying eyes, guys. Montoya says she don't even know that she lying. Oh my goodness gracious. What's up, B? What's up, Tyler Durden?
Campaign?
In 2020, I made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position, nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word.
What made you...
She kept her word, guys. She kept her word.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yes.
Change that position at the time?
Well, let's be clear. My values have not changed. I believe it is very important that we take seriously what we must do to guard against what is a clear crisis in terms of the climate. And to do that, we can do what we have accomplished thus far. The Inflation Reduction Act, what we have done to invest, by my calculation, over probably $1 trillion over the next 10 years, investing in a clean energy economy. What we've already done, creating over 300,000 new clean energy.
Did you hear what she just said? She just admitted that the Inflation Reduction Act, in so many words, guys, she just admitted that the Inflation Reduction Act is nothing other than the Green New Deal. Holy smokes. She just admitted that the Inflation Reduction Act is nothing more than a climate agenda. Which I said in the video that you watched in the beginning of the stream. Which is going to cost America trillions of dollars. It was never about reducing your inflation. All it's going to do is add to it. You know how they do. They'll name it fucking Don't Kill the Puppies Act, and they kill all the puppies.
Jobs. That tells me, from my experience as vice president, we can do it without banning fracking. In fact, Dana, I cast the tie-breaking vote that actually increased leases for fracking as vice president. So I'm very clear about where I stand.
And was there some policy or scientific data that you saw that you said, oh, okay, I get it now?
What I have seen is that we can grow and we can increase a thriving clean energy economy without banning fracking.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, flip-flopping Kamala.
Representative
Copycat
Veronica
Kamala. Copycat Kamala. You gotta love it, right? You gotta love it. Uh-oh, part 2 and part 3 on here. I don't give a fuck about... I don't care about the Israel-Hamas war. Ooh, this is one I want to see. Harris recalls conversation with Biden about dropping out. That's what I want to hear. I don't care where her foreign policy is, because she has no foreign policy. She has no foreign policy. She's trying to fence it. Let's go to this.
Governor Walz.
Let's go to this one here. 1000% a scam, but Hotep's been told you. Fucking Tim Walz over here looking like Opie Gillis.
The country is just starting to get to know you. I want to ask you a question about how you've described your service in
What's
the
his new
National
name?
Guard.
Cheney McCain?
You said that you carried weapons in war, but you have never deployed actually in a war zone. A campaign official said that you misspoke. Did you?
Well, first of all, I'm incredibly proud. I've done 24 years of wearing the uniform of this country. Equally proud of my service in a public school classroom, whether it's Congress or the governor. My record speaks for itself, but I think people are coming to get to know me. I speak like they do. I speak candidly. I wear my emotions on my sleeves, and I speak especially passionately about our children being shot in schools and around guns. So I think people know me. They know who I am. They know where my heart is. And again, my record has been out there for over 40 years to speak for itself.
And
so he a gun grabbing war dodger. That's what it sounds like you just said. He a gun grabbing war dodger. They won't press him on the fact that he skipped out on going across to Afghanistan. They're not going because he's a politician. Serving in the military was to check a box. Looks like the grown-up Ralph Wiggum. You like the grown-up Ralph Wiggum? That's funny. That's fucking hilarious. Oh man, he does like the grown-up Ralph Wiggum. I choose you. Oh shit.
The idea that you said that you were in war. Yeah. Did you misspeak as the campaign has said?
Yeah, I said we were talking about, in this case, this was after a school shooting, the ideas of carrying these weapons of war. And my wife, the English teacher, told me my grammar's not always correct. But again,
shut up.
If it's not this, it's an attack on my children for showing love for me, or it's an attack on my dog. I'm not gonna.
No. You're not skating past that nigga. You ain't. It wasn't no grammar. You didn't fucking mispronounce a word. You said that you carried one of those in war and you saw no war. You were intermilitary administrator. That's what you was. Old Cheney McCain.
To do that. And the one thing I'll never do is I'll never demean another member's service in any way. I never have, and I never will.
One other question, because again, this is all new.
Yeah.
This was not, however many days ago, this was not on either of your bingo cards, especially yours. You had to clarify that you had said that you and your wife used IVF, but it turned out you used a different kind of fertility in order to have children. And then when you ran for Congress in 2006, your campaign repeatedly made false statements about a 1995 arrest for drunk and reckless driving. What do you say to voters who aren't sure whether they can take you at your word?
Well, I've been very public. I think they can see my students come out, former folks I've served with, and they vouch for me.
You see what he's doing? He's obfuscating. He's not answering the question. I got a wife and kids, and I talk with the voice like this, like it's what he's trying to. He's not answering the question. He's a liar, just like Kamala's a liar. He's a liar, just like Kamala's a liar.
For me, I certainly own my mistakes when I make them. The one thing.
By the way, did anybody else catch Michelle Obama saying that she had her kids through IVF? Really fucking interesting, right? Explains a lot. Explains why those kids look like them other two people. Also makes you wonder why she couldn't get pregnant. Just saying. Then it also makes you wonder why his wife couldn't get pregnant. Is it because she's barren, or is it because that Tim Walz don't like them sweet walls? Is it because she can't have kids? Or is it because Tim Walz, he don't like those sweet walls? Just saying. I mean, I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Because Tim is a wife.
I'll tell you is I wished in this country wouldn't have to do this. I spoke about our infertility issues because it's hell, and families know this. And I spoke about the treatments that were available to us that that had those beautiful children there. That's quite a contrast in folks that are trying to take those rights away from us. And so I think people know who I am. They know that record. They've seen that. I've taught thousands of students. I've been out there. And
the fuck does these students got to do with? And you see what he's doing? He's trying to humanize himself. You see that I taught, like he's the fucking substitute. See, I taught thousands of students. Like it has nothing to do with the fucking question she just asked you. You don't have an answer, so you're trying to gain sympathy points. We ain't all dumb, Tim. Sorry, Cheney McCain. Man. Killer Mike 11 says, interesting, Kamala couldn't do a press interview without a man by her side. How misogynistic. They knew she was gonna fuck it up and they needed him to kind of reel it in. Cause this motherfucker is a master finesser. He's finessing is what he's doing right now.
I want to apologize for speaking passionately, whether it's guns in schools or protecting of reproductive rights. The contrast could not be clearer between what we're running against. The vice president's position on this has been clear. And I think most Americans get it if you've been through that. I don't think they're cutting hairs on IVF or IUI. I think what they're cutting hairs on is an abortion ban and the ability to be able to deny families the chance to have a beautiful child.
Vice President Harris, you were a
this is crazy. And it's funny that this is how less they think of her, that they had to do a pre-recorded interview with her. She is what? 30 years younger than Trump, and she's not quick enough to do a live interview. Her brain don't work fast enough to do a live interview. Are we fucking serious? He tried to breastfeed his kids. Oh gosh, y'all guys is wild. All right, like he tried to breastfeed. He might, I don't know. You never know. He might got one of those apparatuses. His son look a little son. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about his son. Like I said, his son might got a little touch of autism. Just saying, his son might got a little touch of autism, guys. We don't want to talk bad about the special needs children. I have a special needs child myself. I'm just saying. Anyway. Oh, I guarantee she do a few bumps. Yeah, see, that's what I'm tired of too. And I'm scared to say, you know what? Look. They're trying to conflate things. There is reproductive care, okay? Nobody's arguing that IVF isn't a part of reproductive care or freedom or whatever you want to call it. Nobody's arguing that. Nobody's arguing a fucking pap smear isn't reproductive care. What I'm arguing is that getting vacuumed the fuck out is not reproductive care. Getting vacuumed the fuck out leaves scar tissue. And you get enough scar tissue from being vacuumed out. Read between the lines, new people. You get enough scar tissue getting vacuumed the fuck out, guess what you can't do? Guess what you can't do? You can't bring you can't bring a little crumb snatcher into the world. Got to use code because you know how fucking YouTube is. Not only that, it puts you at higher risk of fucking cancer. Getting vacuumed out, leaving scar tissue, pussy looking like an ACL tear. So for them to sit here and be disingenuous and sell these young girls, not the older ones, because the older ones should fucking know better. Sell these young women out here and conflate, reproductive care with all that other shit is intellectually lazy, dishonest, and it's just dastardly. It's fucking dastardly. Just saying.
Very staunch defender of President Biden's capacity to serve another 4 years. Right after the debate, you insisted that President Biden is extraordinarily strong. Given where we are now, do you have any regrets about what you told the American people?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have served with President Biden for almost 4 years now, and I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest honors of my career, truly. He cares so deeply about the American people. He is so smart and loyal to the American people. And I have spent hours upon hours with him, be it in the Oval Office or the Situation Room. He has the intelligence, the commitment, and the judgment.
Yeah, Jack, I got a friend that went to medical school, and she schooled me on that shit. She schooled me on that one. I didn't know about it either until like this week. I was talking to her about the suspension. She was like, "You right," and she ran the whole shit down to me. Uterine fibroids is one of them, but that's some shit that women just get sometimes. But yeah, because she said that because the scar tissue, fuck how she put that shit. The scar tissue doesn't heal in a way that's conducive for the body. And when the body tries to do some other shit, it creates a cancer cell or something like that. If you do the shit enough times. Wild. It is sad. Very fucking sad. Very fucking sad. You know what else killed women's right to fucking have a crumb snatcher? The round trip with the layover. Took a lot of women's fucking right to a rugrat. Who mandated that one, guys? Who said it was okay for pregnant women to get that? You're looking at it right here on the fucking TV screen or phone screen. I'm just saying.
And disposition that I think the American people rightly deserve in their president. By contrast, the former president has none of that. And so, one, I am so proud to have served as vice president to Joe Biden. And two, I am so proud to be running with Tim Walz for president of the United States.
I hate when people do this face. When I see this face right here that he's making, you see his fucking mouth with his lips. I can't stand it. When I see somebody's mouth like that, that's how I know they are disingenuous. They are fucking disingenuous. They are disingenuous. They are putting on an act. I hate that when they do that shit. Like he's being stoic and somber. I can't stand it. Every time I see a face like this and they do this, I'm like, that motherfucker lying.
And to bring America what I believe the American people deserve, which is a new way forward, and turn the page on the last decade of what I believe has been contrary to where the spirit of our country really lies.
But the last decade, of course, the last 3.5 years has been part of your administration.
I'm talking about an era that started about a decade ago, where there is some suggestion, warped, I believe it to be.
Exactly.
That the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, instead of where I believe most Americans are, which is to believe that the true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. That's what's at stake as much as any other detail that we could discuss in this election.
And you guys have beaten the middle class. You have beaten the American citizen into the ground. Into the ground. Into the ground. Your immigration policies is the reason Aurora, Colorado is going through what the fuck they're going through right now. Talk about lifting people up. People can't afford to live. People foreclosing on their houses, going bankrupt, living paycheck to paycheck, living off credit cards. Who you lifting up? You've been in office for fucking 3 years. Going on 4 years. At any given time, you could have championed any of these causes and you didn't. You didn't. And they sitting here treating you. They sit here treating you like you some new candidate. When you get in office, you already in fucking office. That's what I wanted y'all to pay attention. When you get in office, she's in office now. So not only did she not do anything for 3 fucking years, she didn't champion the cause for 3 fucking years. Now she's gonna hold the progress of America over your head so she could try to get elected. Oh yeah, I took my Flow and my Apex earlier today. I did too, actually. Damn.
Because
by the way, I got some bottles of Flow and Apex. I'm gonna give away. I got so much of that shit, but I want to give away the. We gonna do something. We gonna give it away.
we haven't had a chance to talk. I'm just curious.
Because I want you to try it for yourself. It does work.
Staying on President Biden, when he called you and said he was pulling out of the race, what was that like? And did he offer to endorse you right away, or did you ask for it?
It was a Sunday, so here I'll give you a little too much information.
Go for it. There's no such thing, Madam Vice President.
My family, including my baby nieces, and we had just had pancakes and, Auntie, can I have more bacon? Yes, I'll make you more bacon. And then we were sitting down to do a puzzle. And the phone rang, and it was Joe Biden. And he told me what he had decided to do. And I asked him, "Are you sure?" And he said yes. And that's how I learned about it.
And what about?
She's a fucking liar. She's a goddamn liar. We've already found out. She's lying. We've already know what happened. We know that Pelosi and Barrio fucking ran a coup. She didn't get no call from Nickel Slick. She got a call from Barrio. Or Nancy, one of the two. Grab your bat, bitch. You up next. And I don't even think that's how that even went down. I think Barrio and Nancy Pelosi told Nickel Slick that he was done. After whatever happened to him in Vegas, they told him, "You're done." I think out of spite, Hunter or Joe Biden put that tweet out there endorsing Kamala as a FU to Pelosi and Obama, who got all the pull in the DNC. Is no way in hell they wanted her to run. No way they wanted her to run. She ain't get a call from Nickel Slick. She got a call from either Barrio or Pelosi. I'm sorry. That's the best case scenario. Is that she got a call from them. But I don't think that's how it went down. I think they had no choice but to endorse her because Nickel Slick or whoever was in charge of his phone that day was like, put out this tweet. And now they ain't got no fucking choice. They got to run with this shit. I told you guys, I said if they run with her, that means they're willing to throw the race. But it ain't going to stop them from trying to win it. But if she loses, is okay because they didn't put out their real fucking ace in the hole, which is Gavin Newsom, Westmore, one of them. But one thing's for certain, she ain't get no fucking call from Joe Nickel Slick. She lying about that shit.
about the endorsement? Did you ask for it?
He was very clear that he was going to support me.
So when he called to tell you, he said, I'm pulling out of the race and I'm going to support you.
Well, my first thought was not about me, to be honest with you. My first thought was about him, to be honest. I think history is going to show a number of things about Joe Biden's presidency. I think history is going to show that in so many ways it was transformative, be it on what we have accomplished around finally investing in America's infrastructure, investing in new economies, in new industries, what we have done to bring our allies back together and have confidence in who we are as America and grow that alliance.
You're right, dude.
What we have done to stand true to our principles, including the one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity.
Is that right?
And I think
sovereignty and territorial integrity. Did you hear what she just said? Sovereignty and territorial integrity. What about their border policies even promote sovereignty and territorial integrity? I'll wait. CNN make it look, oh, we giving them the hard. No, the fuck you not. Where's your follow-up questions? Practice. Remember, she's a career politician. Sands.
history is going to show not only has Joe Biden led an administration that has achieved those extraordinary successes, but the character of the man is one that he has been in his life and career, including as a president, quite selfless and puts the American people first.
I just have to ask you both about two standout moments, aside, of course, from the addresses that you both gave, but standout moments that were perhaps unexpected during the convention. You mentioned one of them, Governor. A moment that you shared, that the world shared with your son, Gus. You were speaking, the camera caught him, so incredibly proud of you, so emotional, saying, "That's my dad."
Political Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, I don't know as a father I could have ever imagined that. I'm grateful for so many reasons to be on this ticket, but that moment, to understand what was really important, to have my son feel a sense of pride in me, that I was trying to do the right thing. And it was, you try and protect your kids, it brings notoriety and things, but it was just such a visceral, emotional moment that I'm grateful I got to experience it, and I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Hope. I'm proud of Gwen. She's a wonderful mother, and these are great kids. And I think the one thing is talking about the era we're in is our politics can be better. It can be different. We can show some of these things, and we can have families involved in this. And I hope that I hope people felt that out there, and I hope they hug their kids a little tighter, because you just never know, and life can be kind of hard.
And last question, Madam Vice President, the photograph that has gone viral. You were speaking, one of your grandnieces that you were just talking about was watching you accept the nomination. You didn't explicitly talk about gender or...
Is grandniece really a thing? I got a grandniece. The fuck is a grandniece? Is that like really a thing? Like I got like your great grandkid or your grandkid, your grandniece? Never heard of that. I don't know. Maybe it's an Indian thing.
Race in your speech, but it obviously means a lot to a lot of people, and that viral picture really says it. What does it mean to you?
I am running because I believe that I am the best person to do this job at this moment, for all Americans, regardless of race and gender. But I did see that photograph, and I was deeply touched by it. And you're right, it's the back of her head, her two little braids, and then I'm in the front of the photograph, obviously speaking. And it's very humbling. It's very humbling in many ways.
There's no emotion in that. There was no emotion in that. And there was no emotion in Tim Walz or Cheney McCain's face talking about their respective children and grandniece. Makes me wonder. I figured that. That's why I didn't want to go after him, Hybrid. I said I'm not going to go after him because he got a little touch of autism. I got a special needs kid. My son has, autism. He's high functioning. Looks like Cheney McCain's son is high functioning, but that's why I was like, no, I'm not going to go after him. He got a little issue. You know what I mean? You got to leave the kids out of it. You know what I mean? However, their lack of emotion for recalling these moments seem a little disingenuous, seem a little lackluster. She's a step baby mama. Her grandniece. Never heard the word grandniece. It makes me wonder if are these kids really related to them or connected to them? I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe. I'm just saying.
Did she talk to you about it afterwards?
Oh, she had a lot to talk about. She had a lot. She listened to everything, and she listens to everything.
Give you your hot takes?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Madam Vice President, Governor Walz, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Like, you Grant. First off, I want to see the uncut interview. That's what I want to see. Apparently, CNN not going to release the transcripts. I want to see the uncut interview without all these jump cuts and shit. I want to see that, because clearly going to take and pick and choose the best answers that they gave to make them look good. But we asked them the hardball questions. How do we know that? This should have been unscripted, uncut, live. If 80-year-old Trump can do the shit on all these podcasts, surely 60-year-old Kamala Harris can knock it out, however old she is. I want to see the live. I want to see the uncut transcript, something. But there you guys have it. Lying ass flip flopping Kamala Harris. You fact checked her in real time. Show it to all your friends. Show them how much she's a liar. Show them how much she's disingenuous. Challenge her. These two frauds can't do live. She 59? Okay. I'm just saying, yo. This shit is wild to me. Jesus. Oh man. It's a gift to just be able to see through people. It's a gift to just be able to see through people. Y'all think this debate gonna happen between her and Donnie T? Huh? Y'all think this debate gonna happen between her and Donnie T? I just want to know. That's my question. Because I think she's going to try to string it out. And I think they're really going to try to arrest Donnie T on the 18th of September and put him in Rikers. Excuse me, I'm getting old. Anyway, I'm going to use the bathroom real second. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Kamala Harris, you're fired. Don't nobody really want to deal with a liar. We ain't voting for that hoe. 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 Let's go in love. We ain't voting for that hoe. Now everybody say Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
What's your favorite curse word?
I can't say it. It starts with an M and it ends with
Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Rap flow, deadly like an overweight fat Joe. Maga flow, got these hoods tripping in the back, bro. This is for my people that you locked up in 94. They gon' cheat, we already know the game plan. Dang, man, it's obvious she's communist, just wait, fam. Y'all gon' find out, she about to make it rain, man. Dollar bills falling out for real with inflation. Kamala Harris, you're fired. Don't nobody really wanna deal with a liar. We ain't voting for that hoe. 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 Let's go in love. We ain't voting for that hoe. Now everybody say Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
What's your favorite curse word?
I can't say it. It starts with an M and it ends with
Don't nobody wanna hear your laugh, ho. Rap flow, deadly like an overweight fat Joe. Maga flow, got these hoods tripping in the back, bro. This is for my people that you locked up in 94. They gon' cheat, we already know the game plan. Dang, man, it's obvious she's communist, just wait, fam. Y'all gon' find out, she about to make it rain, man. Dollar bills falling out for real with inflation.
That was jamming. I thought it was gonna be a whole song, but hey, that's cool. That is funny. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Hey, I don't know why it's not coming up because it's supposed to come up on my screen. Descended to Loki with 10 subs, y'all. I appreciate you. Always holding it down. Descended to Loki is the official sponsor of the Hotep's Been Told You After Party. Shout out to my man, Descended to Loki. Killer Mike 11 just subscribed. Followed me. I appreciate you. Sovereignty 94 just followed the channel. I appreciate you. Who else we got? I don't know how to say this. Booja. I appreciate you for following the channel. I think it says Lilanely Norm. Might have pronounced that. But I appreciate you for following the channel. Appreciate you for following the channel. Mad Earth Theory gifted 1 sub. I appreciate you, sir. One more time for Descendant of Loki. Camo Sam, appreciate you. Ariel Hawani, I appreciate you. Hotep Orobo, I appreciate you. Cassius Cam, my man, I appreciate you. Keep jumping me back. Stop jumping me back. Joe's Ham Sandwich, I appreciate you. Doty65SS, I appreciate you guys for following the channel. Thank you. Anyway, let's move on to the last topic. We know we covered a lot of Kamala's fuckery. Check this shit out. Where's it at? This is it. Here we go. This was earlier today on Fox News. I believe it was today. They wilding in Aurora, Colorado, yo. The migrants, the Venezuelan migrants are out there running roughshod in Aurora, Colorado. They're extorting citizens, forcing them to pay rent to them and not the landlord. And if they don't pay them rent, they're being forced out by gunpoint. The police aren't going in there to help. People are helpless in the streets of Aurora, Colorado. At the mercy of these armed illegal terrorists that are in our country. Because make no mistake, these Venezuelan gangs in Aurora, Colorado, they're armed terrorists and need to be dealt with as such. So let's go to this video.
So there are several buildings actually under the same ownership, out-of-state ownership, that have fallen to these Venezuelan gangs. I'm trying to walk it back and do the investigation as to how there's a concentration of Venezuelans in these three buildings. Somebody put them there, and somebody funded it. Whether it's federal government or not, we're trying to find out who. These gangs apparently are attracted to where there's a concentration of Venezuelan migrants, and so they've in fact have kind of pushed out the property management through intimidation, and then collected the rents. We have now, or have had, it is ongoing operations with a task force of local law enforcement, state law enforcement partners, and federal law enforcement partners to root them out. And arrests have been made, but these operations are still ongoing.
With the arrests that have been made, are these confirmed gang-affiliated members?
You know, this is an organized criminal effort. Whether it's Tren de Aragua, that remains to be seen. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, if they're Venezuelan migrants and they're conducting crime in an organized manner, they're a problem.
So, okay, so you're able to confirm that this Venezuelan gang has indeed taken over at least some of the buildings. You're saying at least 2 of the 3. And what I just heard from you is you don't know how they ended up there. And you even made a suggestion that they could have been sent there by federal officials. I heard you suggest. I mean, do you have any reason to believe that to be the case?
So here's the problem. I think we're a victim of a failed policy at the southern border, because what you have, Venezuela does not according to my law enforcement, Venezuela does not cooperate with the United States in sharing criminal histories. You've had a third of the country leave. You've had these massive waves of migrants coming across the border that many of them crossed the border illegally, were arrested, asked for political asylum, were not adequately vetted, were released into the country. The city of Aurora, we did everything we could to quite frankly keep them out of the city, because it's not our problem. This is a federal problem. This is a problem borne by the federal government. But what we're trying to find out, and what I believe occurred, was that federal agencies worked with some of our local nonprofits and put them there. Now, most of these people are very good people. But there's a criminal element that, from what I understand, what law enforcement is briefing me, that often follows them, intends to exploit them within their own migrant community. And so we believe that is happening now. Now we're the 51st largest city in America.
He got to stop making excuses. Colorado, you want to be a fucking sanctuary city, and this is what the fuck happens. What I tell you guys before about the Mario boat lift coming from Cuba? What Trump tell you? They're not sending their best and their brightest, are they? Fidel Castro said, "I have flushed the toilets of Cuba onto America." He emptied his prisons. He emptied the homeless people off the street, the insane asylums, and he sent their asses over here on a little fucking boat. And like it's America's problem now. You wanna know how that played out for a lot of America back then? Go watch Cocaine Cowboys. Go watch that documentary. It's interesting. You want to be a sanctuary city? Joe Biden, you know how they got there? That fucking midnight train to Georgia. Midnight train to Colorado. They ain't fucking walk. No shit, they were dropped off there. Remember the planes? Remember the planes that were taking off in the middle of the night under the direction of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, dropping off all these illegals in all these quote unquote sanctuary cities. Y'all remember those? Exactly. Yep, watch Scarface. Yep, watch Scarface, watch Cocaine Cowboys. They're using it, yes. because the local government ain't doing shit about it, and the federal government ain't doing shit about it. They letting this shit happen.
With over 400,000 in population, this is only several apartment complexes.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I'm not going to surrender any part of this city to a criminal element.
With all due respect, it's no longer, I mean, just in the hands of the feds when you've got, we've heard reports that this gang has green-lighted its members to attack your local police. What are you doing about that, Mayor?
Well, we're aware of that in the Denver metropolitan area, that there are elements of Tren de Aragua here. And so, we're, in terms of how our police operate, the tactics, what they're doing to protect themselves, is our number one priority.
Let's do it, yo. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down. Hey, yo. They kicked out MS-13, so they needed a replacement. Even MS-13 got hit by the replacement. So we still got hella MS-13 here in Maryland. Colorado just wants free love and fucking weed. I think they went liberal when it came to the guns and shit. Like, I still think they strap, but not like that. Look at one more video. Find it real fast. There's so much shit in here. This shit wild. But we'll talk about that another time. What's this? Is this it? Let's see, breaking. No, that's yo. That's not. Yeah, here it go. Hold up, that's two of them. Nope. Damn, where that shit go? That shit go. I guess I ain't said we can use this one though.
What's going on with this like gang thing? Because like literally, I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm a mom. Some of my friends are moms too, and it's gotten so bad to the point we don't even want to take our kids to the park without being in a group. And even in a group, we have to make sure that someone has a taser, we have some type of like pepper spray, we have to have some type of protection. Me, I don't mess with guns. That's just personally me, because guns, they scare me. So it's just like...
I wonder what would scare you more. Having a gun for protection? Guns scare me. You control the gun. You control the gun. What scare you more though? Being raped by a Venezuelan fucking gang member? Or having a gun in your house for protection? Which one scare you more, lady? This the shit I be talking about. This the shit I be talking about. This the shit I be talking about.
Guns, they scare me. So it's just like, I don't know, we need to figure out something, because like, I'm not gonna lie, this is terrifying. And I understand they're coming here for a better life, but at the same time, is this life getting any better when you're bringing what was there here? I don't know, we need to figure something out, because literally me and my son are too scared to even go to a playground, and that's not right.
It sounds like you guys voted wrong. Shit is wild. It's sad that she's afraid to go to the playground with her kid, and her kid can't go play safely. But this is the type of, and I don't want to. This is the type of liberal person that lives in that area. They're afraid. Oh my God, what is the government going to do? You think like you said in Southern Colorado? Y'all think that shit gonna ride in Southern Colorado? Y'all think that shit gonna ride in Southern Colorado? Huh? Y'all think that shit gonna ride in Southern Colorado? Look at this shit.
tried to board a school bus this morning while it was traveling to a school. The superintendent for the Humboldt del Zura Union School District informed parents of that incident earlier today. It happened at one of the stops on the school district's bus route that heads to Oak Grove Middle School and Humboldt Primary. Meanwhile, yesterday afternoon, in a similar area along another route, the superintendent says that a group of migrants tried to stop another bus. Border Patrol, CHP, and the sheriff's office have now been informed of these incidents. The superintendent says that for the safety of everyone, if a driver sees a group of migrants at a bus stop, they will drive past it and move on to the next. Tried to board a school bus this morning.
This is what the fuck is going on. What we tell you guys, the attack was going to happen from within. Everybody looking for a fucking Red Dawn scenario. Here we go. This is not a Red Dawn scenario. This is happening from within. They're infiltrating the United States, and this is what's happening. This is what's happening. Not just Colorado. It's slowly but surely happening all over the place. People in Colorado, you gotta grab your fucking nuts. Your local government ain't gonna help you. The police, they not coming in there and risking their lives for you. They don't got a duty to protect you. They're not about to go to war with a cartel or a faction. Not for you. You're responsible for you. You're responsible for your safety. When cops are minutes away, when seconds count, cops are minutes away. And in this case, the cops ain't coming. This is that time when you got to do some shit that you wouldn't do in normal society. These people coming in there meaning to do you harm and take away your way of living. Extort you for your money, your food. What the fuck you think they're going to do when they see that you got a pretty wife or a daughter? This is the reason for the AR-15. This is the reason for the semi-automatic gun. Hell, this is the reason to have a fully automatic fucking rifle. This is for the reason. This is the reason for the 2A. This right here, to protect yourselves from anybody foreign and domestic. We know how they got to Colorado. They were flown out there, you know, courtesy of Air Biden. Air Biden Harris. Now they're out there displacing American citizens, extorting them for their money, robbing them, and Lord knows what else. And your fucking local government ain't doing shit to come help you. The federal government ain't did shit to come help you. And I feel bad for them people. I'll tell you this shit though. Couldn't fucking be me. You gotta stand for something. Teach our kids to punch the bully in the mouth. But these people over here, what they doing? They cowering down and giving up. They're cowering down and giving up. Where's our government to protect us? Where's our police officers? What are we to do? What are we to do? I told y'all guys earlier today. Gotta take matters into your own hands. The Bundys did it. Police, the federal government, they held their own against the federal government, armed the fuck up. And guess who won? The Bundys won. See, the thing about it is like Strong Dad said, and I get it, right? I get it. They don't want to get persecuted or prosecuted by their own elected officials, their own government, the American justice system, for defending their lives against these fucking terrorists. But it's strength in numbers. If people come together for real, and start running their asses out of there, doing what you got to do to get them up out of there, the shit that you wouldn't do in normal society, then you might as well just go ahead and just fucking just pack up. Strength in numbers. Come together. I'm not talking about singing Kumbaya, holding fucking hands across America and all this other shit. No, I'm talking about clack, clack. This shit that's going on right here in the upper right hand part of the screen. This shit right here. Where's that? Right there. Right there. This right here. Damn, I can't. There, right there. This shit happening up there? I'm sorry. Shotgun blast should have took his whole fucking chest off. Don't open the fucking door. Then they got people dressing like Amazon drivers, doing home invasions. So I said, hop in the Tahoe, boys. We're going for a ride. I'm just saying. Like I said earlier today, come to Baltimore and ask one of the homies around the way what the fuck happened to somebody who don't belong in the neighborhood coming around that bitch like they fucking run shit. What the fuck happened to him? Go watch The Wire. It'll tell you. Go to Chicago. Matter of fact, message Cooley Bravo on Twitter. Ask him what happened to a motherfucker that come around the neighborhood who don't belong there acting like he runs shit. Ask what happened to them. Ask what would happen to them. This is what happened when America get cucked. Where these fucking guns come from? Where they guns come from? Are those, dare I say, the Fast and the Furious guns? Are those from Fast and the Furious? Where Clay Higgins at? They need to send Clay Higgins to Colorado and clean shit up. Like, honestly, with this shit happening the way it is, you need to send in the Guard. You need to send in National Guard or send in some operators to go fucking terminate with extreme prejudice. Man, I wouldn't want to steal Baltimore. Columbia, maybe. Need Charles Bronson. I'm down. Shit is crazy. Oh, guaranteed, if Trump was in office, the National Guard would have been there a week ago. Fuck rubber bullets. Fuck arrests. Lay their asses down. Oh, Trump would have sent someone. Trump would have sent the whole squad. Trump would have sent the Marine Raiders. Trump would have sent Marine Raiders into fucking Colorado to fucking wipe them out. I'm down. I'm down. Laurel. I don't know. Laurel a little rough. Might want to go to Bowie. I don't know if people in Laurel gonna take that shit laying down either. But I'm serious, y'all. This is sad. And these people are cucked. These people are scared. These people need to take matters into their own hands because their government ain't. The police ain't. Their elected officials aren't. Your way of living is on the line. Your home is on the line. Your kids could be on the line. Your life is on the line. You're not willing to defend that? Because you're afraid of going to jail. I will go to jail smiling if my kids are safe. I will give right in the picture. Right in the picture. As long as my kids are safe. What y'all say? What Emily say earlier today? She said them rednecks, them with, and Kid said that the white supremacists is about to make their ride up there to Aurora and fucking set shit straight. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Motherfuckers about to come from Idaho and southern fucking Colorado and come deal with this shit. Yearbook to jail pick. You goddamn right. Because they don't want that shit happening to them. They know that if they can expand south, nope. Let's go cut the head off the snake. I'm just saying, if it was me, there'd be no survivors. Everybody had to go. Nobody's reporting back to El Chapo. They just missing. They ain't trying this shit in Tennessee. They wouldn't try this shit in Texas. They wouldn't try this shit in the hills of West Virginia. How liberal is Aurora? The boys are coming down from the mountain. They can come to California, but not the Bay in Northern California. Yeah, they got Cassius Cam waiting for their asses. There's people up there in Northern California. Shit is crazy, man. Like I said, this right here. Nope. Boom. Nah, you ain't coming to my house. Nope. Y'all armed? Nope. We about to fight it the fuck out. May the best shooter win. And I know my house. You ever watch The Patriot with Mel Gibson? Aim small, miss small. Start with the officers and work your way down. Told y'all, it's gonna get to the point where you're gonna be going to the hood where it's safe. That's what you gotta do, though. That's what you gotta do. That's what you got to do. I guess it's middle class. I don't know. I'm assuming because that's where they dropped off the fucking illegals. They ain't dropping them off in the affluent area. Almost the whole area lived. That's crazy. I want y'all to understand something. That's what you have to do. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to be on some Wolverine shit. Fucking red. You got to be on some Red Dawn shit. You know your area. Guerrilla warfare out this bitch. I ain't gotta get into no close up fucking CQB with you. I'll knock your fucking head off from a few hundred yards away. Good luck finding me. But that's what you gotta do. This shit is unacceptable. This is fucking America. The land of the free, the home of the brave. The land and the fucking home of the AR-15. I bet these motherfuckers out here that was voting for all of this and championing this whole sanctuary city bullshit never saw this shit coming. It's worse than Sweden. I'm saying all of this to say this. Don't let these terrorists come in and take your way of life. Stand up and fight for what's yours. Even if it means going to jail. Your kids don't deserve it and you don't deserve it. You work hard for the little bit that we get in this fucking economy at this point in time. And to have it snubbed out and taken away from you by some motherfuckers that don't even belong on this fucking land is fucking nasty work. I said it before, when civilization, this what you seeing with this stuff here, right? What you seeing with this is just a small taste of what it could get like if civilization collapsed. And you got to be willing to do some shit that you would normally do in normal, in you know, in everyday normal civilization. Like, I get it, but if it come down to me and my family or them, nah, they gone. And you know what I do? I take that charge. And I'm going to stand before a jury of my fucking peers. In Aurora. And dare any of them to convict me. Call it vigilantism. I don't know what you want to call it. Fucking call it neighborhood watch. Exactly, Cam. Exactly. If this shit really went down like that, I gotta go hunting. You know why? Because if I take a few of them out, I gotta expect somebody else coming back. So now I gotta go hunt. I gotta go hunting. But instead we see videos of people just getting U-Hauls and leaving and putting their stuff in there and getting out. Where the fuck are you going? Are you living in a U-Haul truck? Because last I checked, they not making fucking migrant shelters for U.S. citizens. Where you gonna go? People of Colorado, stand up for your fucking self. Do what you feel like is necessary to preserve your life, Self-preservation of your life and the life of your family. Don't let these terrorists run you out. Fight for what's yours. Where am I at? On what? Reload. Coronagraph map location. I'm learning. Reload. I need to buy the kit. I'm learning. But like I said, I think I put it on the stream before, and I'm gonna have him on the channel. We do this shit. I'm gonna have him on the channel too. My man Joe Dolio with Council on Future Conflict. He wrote the book. Literally wrote books on how to deal with shit like this and how to prepare yourself when it comes to civil unrest or if the lights go out. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I appreciate you rolling with me. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream, guys, let people know we live. You catching the replay, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing. I could use that constructive criticism. You want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, always welcome. You want to become a member? Join. There's a join button on YouTube. There's a join button on Rumble, and you can be a subscriber over on Kick. Cup of coffee a month, you can support one of your favorite YouTubers, one of your favorite streamers. And low-key, get with me, because we can definitely do that. Let's knock out matter of fact, next week, right? Let's dedicate Wednesday night to a prep stream. Let's dedicate Wednesday night to a prepper stream, Loki. If you down, we can do that, because it definitely needs to be done. Anyway, guys, till next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss. What happened? Cancel concert ban. They said was that word? I'll let them know you're not a bot, yo. Until next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss. Don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of its own. Worry about today. I'll holler at y'all.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.